Hi everyone, thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Ellendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I am here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out Home practice routine. Today's topic is James Parkinson. It is Parkinson Awareness Month, so we are going to learn more about Dr. James Parkinson. So let's all say James Parkinson with intent. Ready? James Parkinson. Again, really speak out. Ready? James Parkinson. And like we do at the beginning of every session, let's give a great big smile. Smile with intent. Ready? Did you know that Dr. Parkinson did not have the condition? That's why we say our name is Parkinson Voice Project, not Parkinson's Voice Project, but it's so confusing. You'll see it different ways all throughout the Parkinson community. It'll be in different ways. But for example, you have Lou Gehrig. He had the condition, Lou Gehrig's disease. It is not that way with James Parkinson. Go ahead and take a sip of water with intent. We're going to start off with the first speak out exercise, the warm-up. I want you to lift your voice and project it over your computer. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Let's be deliberate and very confident. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Every syllable with intent. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. Really lift your voice, and that's going to be the same thing that you do in conversation. So you'll say, for example, hello. Everybody say hello. Hello. Did you lift? Try it again. Hello. Now lift with the may, me, my, mo, moo. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very good. Let's take a sip of water. If you haven't chatted with us, I encourage you to at least on our website, you'll see the box that says type in your nickname. Just type in your first name and where you're from. I would put Samantha from Dallas. No need to create a password or anything like that. The chat is there and it disappears at the end of the day. Okay? Do it. You will really, even if you're not going to chat throughout the session, you will enjoy seeing the comments and the different images. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide and project that ah up and forward. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. The sound should be clear. Don't let it trail off. Let's do a shorter one. One more with intent. Very nice. nice. Go ahead and take a sip of water. So behind us, we have the James Parkinson tulip painted for us by Alan from Rio Vista, California. Alan, I'm wondering, did Charlie help you paint that? And yesterday, I loved our session on bees, and I am ashamed to say that Alan gave us this painting a year ago, and I never saw the beehives in it. I saw the bee, but in the picture, there are 2 little beehives. That's so neat. It's hard to see it online, but let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project out a steady ah, and then slowly glide up. Here we go. Ah, ah. Good. Let's do it again. Make sure you're getting all the little notes in there. This exercise directly links to how colorful your voice sounds. You do not want to end up with a monotone voice. You don't want that. You want to have color in your voice, but in order for your voice to have color, your vocal folds need to be able to stretch. Just like stiffness, okay, stiffness in your shoulders or your arms is a symptom of Parkinson's, the vocal folds can become stiff too. So when you go up and down in pitch, your vocal folds are stretching like a rubber band. Think of like maybe violin strings, I don't know. The more flexible they are, the more you can change your pitch when you talk. So let's do another glide. Good. I know it's not easy. Let's do it again. Good. Let's do one more with more intent. Ready? Good. Let's all take a sip of water with intent. We're going to move on to the 4th speak out exercise, which is the counting. Lift, okay, lift. You need to learn to lift. When you say, I love you, you're going to lift. Everybody say that. I love you. Say, how are you? How are you? Again, lift. How are you? We're learning how to lift and speak out. So when you do the exercises, make sure you're lifting. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's do it again. Every number with intent. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every number. 9, 10, 11, 12. 15, 16. Good. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to use my hands. I don't want you to use your hands. Just let your voice lift and speak out, but I'll use my hands to cue you. Ready? Start with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much effort are you putting forth? Go ahead and chat. I hope it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm definitely using a lot of intent. I think I'm at least a 9.5. April is Parkinson Awareness Month, and so we are going to learn more about Dr. James Parkinson. The red tulip with the white tip is the international symbol for Parkinson's, and it's called the James Parkinson tulip. Okay? Let's read these sentences 2 times, the second time with even more intent. Ready? James Parkinson was a British physician. Now, like you're on top of a mountain. James Parkinson was a British physician. Now, somebody that works with us makes a lot of our videos. He went to England, and I don't know if Bill's is, excuse me, hold on. I don't know if Bill's is a restaurant or a bar, but do you see the blue circle? I have a close-up of it. Well, this building used to be the home of Dr. James Parkinson. So here is what that looks. Isn't that cool? Let's read that together with intent. James Parkinson, 1755 to 1824, physician and geologist, lived here. I thought that was so nice of him. He was in England, and he purposefully went to go see if he could find the home of Dr. James Parkinson. Let's read the next sentence twice. He was born on April 11th, 1755. Again, with more intent. He was born on April 11th, 1755. And you might know that April 11th is World Parkinson's Day. All right, ready? He first described Parkinson's in 1817. Read it again with more intent. He first described Parkinson's in 1817. I know it sounds funny to exaggerate, but the more you exaggerate, the better for your speech. All right, so he wrote an essay on the shaking palsy. 1997 was the first year that I treated people with Parkinson's, and so I went on and I was looking for an essay on the shaking palsy, and I was so proud of myself because I found a copy of it in a historical library in Maryland. But now you can just Google an essay on the shaking palsy, and it's very interesting because in the essay he describes the symptoms of 6 different people that had the symptoms what are now known as Parkinson's, and only 2 of the people were actually his patients. The other people he just saw walking on the streets of London. He noticed a tremor either in the hand or the leg or somebody dragging their foot, and he went up to them and asked them questions. And Dr. James Parkinson is the first one to medically describe what we now know to be Parkinson's disease. He originally referred to it as the shaking palsy. Aren't you glad you don't have to tell people you have the shaking palsy? That changed about 55 years after he wrote the essay. The name changed to Parkinson's disease. All right, let's read this sentence. Parkinson's disease is named after Dr. Parkinson. Again, Parkinson's disease is named after Dr. Parkinson. So here you go. Nobody can decide on the apostrophe or not. It's different everywhere. All right. I want you to name the 4 cardinal symptoms of Parkinson's. What do you think the 4 main symptoms of Parkinson's are? All right, read these with intent. Ready? Tremor, slowness of movement, rigidity or stiffness, and impaired balance. Now, look at the 4 symptoms, and in a moment I'm going to take them off the screen, and I want you to be able to name them with intent. So look at the 4 cardinal symptoms of Parkinson's. All right, now with intent, name the 4 cardinal symptoms of Parkinson's. Did you know that not everybody with Parkinson's has a tremor? I wonder if you can chat, if you don't mind. You can tell us whether or not you have a tremor. 70% of people with Parkinson's have a tremor. All right. Let me ask you, let's read this together. What education resources does Parkinson Voice Project offer? Name 2 resources you can find on our website for education and learning more about Parkinson's. I'm going to pull up our website so I can show you. So first of all, these sessions are one of them, but let me show you because it'll be very helpful. This is our website, parkinsonvoiceproject.org. Now, everybody with Parkinson's and their family, if you scroll down right here on the right, the Learn About Parkinson's webinar. This is the most important webinar for you to watch. If you have not, please watch it. It's 1 hour. It's great. You will understand so much more about Parkinson's, and everybody really should watch that once a year. Now, at the top of our website, it says Education and Training, and if I scroll down to the 3rd one, it says the Parkinson's Lecture Series, and we have over 20 lectures here from experts in the field of Parkinson's and all different topics. Topics on deep brain stimulation, dystonia, sleep disorders. There's a lecture for care partners. There's Q&A. There's information about managing your medications. There's a wonderful lecture on swallowing disorders and Parkinson's, and it is by a speech-language pathologist from the Netherlands. Okay. Take a sip of water. Let's do Dr. Boone's words twice. Ready? Gula ganga ga. Again. Gula ganga ga. And next. Kuka mangu ka. Again. Kuka mangu ka. Really exaggerate. Gangla, gangla, and the last one, kukla, kukla. We're going to read a paragraph about Dr. Parkinson. Let's read it with intent. Think about every single word. Ready? James Parkinson occupies a unique position in the history of Parkinson's disease. as the man responsible for originally identifying and describing the disease that he called the shaking palsy, his name is familiar to anybody with a connection with the disease. Patients, care partners, clinicians, and members of the general public alike. All right. I do want to ask all of you, now keep in mind, when you are practicing with us, we cannot see you, and even if you chat, that doesn't mean that we have your information. Once a month, Parkinson Voice Project sends out kind of like a newsletter. We call it an update. So we send out an update on the first Tuesday of the month, and in this coming update, we have a wonderful lecture by Dr. Bas Bloem from the Netherlands, and he talks, it's just a wonderful lecture. But anyway, I want you to be on our mailing list. So if you will send an email to, well, two ways. You could send it to intent@parkinsonvoiceproject.org, or Elizabeth, will you please post the contact form? All right. We want you to be on our mailing list. We try not to bombard you with emails. We send it out once a month. I will tell you in June and the end of the year when we fundraise, we send out a little bit more. But I would love for you to be on the mailing list if you would like to. So go ahead, intent@parkinsonvoiceproject.org, or click on the link that Elizabeth is going to post in the chat. And thank you for joining me, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.